What?
What? No way, Robin! What are you doing?
Did he?
I don't understand that one.
What the f is Robin doing?
Raise.
Z6 raised to 50. C2, 4. Z4, call.
In this episode of Weekly Poker Hand, we are playing four-handed on Game of Gold. Robin Poker, Robinson, raises it up under the gun, four-handed, with the Ace-5 offsuit. This is a little bit loose. Ace-X offsuit is not as good as you may think it is. That said, there are abnormal payout implications in Game of Gold. Make sure you check out the show. It's really, really good. So this raise could be fine based on whatever payout implications there are. He raises it up to 50,000 at 10,000, 20,000, playing about 2 million deep, 100 big blinds. Maria Ho in the big blind calls with the Ace-4 of hearts, which is perfectly fine and good. Let's see the flop.
Z4, check. Z6, bet 40. Z4, call. Call.
The flop comes Ace of clubs, 10 of spades, 6 of diamonds. Maria with top pair checks. Robin Poker bets small, 40,000. Maria calls. You may say, why shouldn't she raise? She has the best handle out with top pair. Aren't you worried about getting outdrawn? And the answer is, not really. If Robin Poker has a draw, it's usually going to be a draw to 4 outs or so with a gut shot straight draw. And if he has nothing, well, then he's drawing close to dead. If he is ahead, though, say sitting here with Ace-Jack or something like that, then Maria's in really, really bad shape. This is a spot where a lot of people make the mistake of check raising lots of top pairs thinking they're probably good, and to be fair, you probably are good. If only a little bit of money goes in the pot. If a lot of money goes in the pot, you're in trouble. Easy check call from Maria. Let's go to the turn.
Z4, check. Z6.
The turn is the 10 of clubs. Maria checks, and Robin Poker checks behind. Similar to on the flop, some people may say, why wouldn't Robin Poker want to bet the turn? He probably has the best hand. Well, again, he probably does, if only a little bit of money goes into the pot. But if he bets the turn and gets raised, well, now it's just a disaster because Maria could be sitting here with 2 clubs or a gut shot straight draw and is deciding to bluff because she's going to have a lot of trips in her range. Or she could just have trips, and Robin Poker is drawing very, very thin. So this is a spot where Robin Poker has a pretty easy check behind, and he does. So far, I think these players have played the hand perfectly. Let's go to the river.
This is a good chance to show off your size, Maria.
Go big, Maria. You know he doesn't have a 10.
Big, big, big.
Z4, bet 80.
The river is the king of hearts. Now Maria comes to life with a small 80,000 bet into the 200,000 pot, which I like. I think this is a spot where perhaps she could have gone a little bit bigger, but I definitely do not mind a value bet at all in this situation because if Robin Poker has an ace, they're chopping, right? So you're not really worried about that. If he has a 10, well, he probably would have bet it on the turn. But if he has a king, like King Queen, King Jack, King 9, King 8, King 5, all of those hands will consider calling a small-ish bet. Now, if you do bet the river and get raised, it is a pretty nasty spot because recognize Robin Poker could easily have Queen Jack, right? But I don't think you have to fear most players just trying to blatantly push you around with an overly aggressive raise with all sorts of nonsense thinking that you can't have anything. Because you have to realize in this spot, Maria will check the turn with all of her aces and some of her 10s, right? And she could also check call the flop with Queen Jack, check the turn, and then have the straight on the river. So this is a spot where Maria's range should be decently well protected, assuming she uses the same bet size with her strong hands some portion of the time. Let's see what Robin Poker does against this small river bet with top pair, no kicker.
Maria, Maria, Maria.
What are you thinking about, dude? Thinking about raising? Is he thinking about folding? What are you doing, Robin? You trying to get TV time, my friends?
I kind of feel for Robin
What's
here.
going on?
I feel like he's real nervous.
While he's giving it a whole lot of thought, what I want to know is, what do you think he should do with top pair no kicker facing this river bet? Let me know in the comment section down below. While you're down there, click the like and subscribe button for me.
Chopping at best if you are value betting your ace, but I don't think you are.
Set 6, fold.
What? What? No way, Robin! What are you doing?
Did he fold?
Folded? I don't understand that one.
He folded. He folded.
What the f is Robin doing?
You could beat an ace. No, you had an ace? You had an ace? Good for you, look at that, folds. Didn't want half the pot just in case?
Daniel's such a dick. Daniel, you're a dick.
After a lot of thought, Robin Poker folded the top pair. And to be fair, he recognized if she's value betting, it's probably with an ace or better. Meaning, I'm either chopping, so I'm putting in 80 to not try to necessarily get back the whole pot, but half the pot, or perhaps I'm even losing to a 10 or the straight. You may ask, is he just too nervous in this spot and decided to make a nitty fold? I don't know. I don't know what's going on in my opponent's heads. I certainly do not presume that I do. I think a lot of people like to think they know what other people think. And I don't. I recognize they're in their head, I'm in mine. I think in this spot, he probably did not give enough credit to the fact that Maria may take a hand like 9-8, 9-7, or 8-7 and use those as bluffs, or maybe a float with something like Queen 9 of diamonds. They would float the flop, check the turn, and get to the river with a blocker to the straight and decide to go for the bluff. Perhaps he thought that if she was bluffing, she would use a different size. Maybe he thought that this bet size was really indicative of a medium strength hand or a good hand, or that she's trying to extract value from him. Again, maybe he's trying to read too much into what she is doing. This is a spot, though, where I think when you don't know too much about your opponents, and I don't know how much these players have played against each other, but I don't know much about Maria's game, despite the fact that we've played many, many times together, right? I don't know what her river strategies are. In spots like this, I'm just going to really lean heavily on GTO strategies, and I got to presume top pair, no kicker in this spot just finds a call, because there are a lot of potential bluffs that would check call the small bet on the flop, check the turn, and then feel very inclined to bluff the river. That said, Maria gets the bluff through with top pair, no kicker, and she picks up a nice pot. I'll talk to you next time.